Alright, hello everybody, this is Starman. Welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. I am the Doctor. We're here at the Goodsprings Cave, and we are about to explore this. And surprise, surprise, it's a Coyote Warren. And considering I intentionally went out of my way not to give myself gun skill, I am doing phenomenally well at sharpshooting these guys. So yeah, we do find a couple Wastelanders. I think that's all of them. But yeah, the final result of all this is that this is where you get your first energy weapon. 2 laser pistols. Which is helpful if you're an energy weapons person, but does not do a lot to help us out here. And let's see, how am I doing experience points wise? Yeah, still got a bit of ways to level. Well, I am hoping to get myself up to level 3 before you think about challenging the Powder Gangers. So we're going to head a little bit further south and maybe a little bit north. And yeah, that's Primm right there. You can tell from the roller coaster, but we're not going to head that way just yet. In fact, given how long this is likely to take, I think maybe I'll show you the other reason why we have to eventually head south rather than head north. And we can also head out to Sloan and get a little bit of exploration done. Yeah, Primm that way, Las Vegas that way. Yeah, we got Gene skydiving here. And you know that we've got two yellow things on our detection here, indicating life forms that are not hostile yet. And we look here, we see some guys in blue outfits.
Any lawman that comes after me won't have it easy.
Okay, so here we have some powder gangers, the guys who are getting ready to pull number 6 on Goodsprings, but they aren't attacking us yet because as of right now, the powder gangers are neutral toward us. That is not going to be the case for long, I'll tell you right now. But I'm also not going to pick a fight with them just yet because, while I'd probably win, it's not worth it at the moment. And we got another non-hostile up here. And yeah, clearly a fight here, and he is not really caring about us looting the corpses, or the fact that there are corpses here to begin with. Or us taking the stuff here in this trailer. And okay, those guys are not running after us yet. Way they were approaching, I kind of thought that they were going to be part of a random gang, because occasionally when you offend one faction or another, they'll send a hit squad after you. And the way those guys were running up, they had the look of a hit squad. Yeah. And the lights just got turned on in Vegas. But yeah, as we can see, the powder gangers are not exactly making themselves sociable and friendly toward the local folk, as evidenced by the many, many dead merchants that we're finding on the path here, but for some weird reason they're leaving us alone. And here we find another bright follower who has a recharging energy rifle, which would be a very useful weapon if we were a energy weapon focused person. Doesn't require any ammo.
Hold up. There are death claws all over the damn place north of here. I'd turn back if I were you. If you want to get to New Vegas, you're better off heading east from Primm and then looping north. It's a heck of a lot safer.
Where'd the death claws come? Or, well, let's start with what's this place?
This is Sloan, a camp for us quarry workers. The actual quarry, Quarry Junction, is up the road north of here. The whole thing is an NCR operation. We make cement for the NCR using the limestone we dig out with dynamite and drag lines. Dirty work, but the pay's good. Wish we got paid in caps, though. Not a lot of merchants like taking NCR paper money. It all gets shipped by rail over towards Boulder City and Hoover Dam. The NCR is probably building fortifications with it all. It's a big machine which moves rocks around, piles at a time. It's pre-war tech, so you need to thump it once in a while to keep it running. Nope. The NCR has been trying to switch over to using paper money, just like in the pre-war days. Trouble is that the exchange rates ain't exactly fair. For example, $100 in NCR money is valued at roughly half that in caps around here. Seems like a rotten deal for us, but work is work.
And yeah, this is one of the many things that comes out in the story as you start talking to folk in Fallout New Vegas, and it's a nice example of how intricate the world building was on this game. That you wind up having 4 factions fighting for control of this region of the Mojave Desert. And I read an article online somewhere which tried to compare it to the 4 major philosophies of government, and how you can basically line up all of the factions to the one idea. In this case, the NCR, they're big government. They try to provide for everybody, but owing to incompetence, corruption, and just trying to do too much, there's a lot of inefficiency. On the polar opposite side, we have the strong government with very little concern for the people. That'd be Caesar's Legion, who, well, they're efficient, but they don't really think about the happiness of the people. They're just looking out for the government, which in this case is one guy. And then you have Mr. House, who's basically the symbol, the ultimate symbol of laissez-faire capitalism. Keep the government weak, let me do what I want with the city I basically own. And then you have option 4, the one which I went with the first time I played through this, where I just said, to heck with all of you, I'm going to let people do what they want, and we're going to make this into an anarcho-syndicist commune in the wasteland.
Sure.
Anyway, where did the Deathclaws come from, anyway?
They moved into the quarry after the powder gangers came through and made off with most of our dynamite. We shut the quarry down while we waited for the NCR to get us some more blasting sticks, but now the Deathclaws have shown up. The NCR's a no-show, and my men and I have got nothing to do but sit on our asses all day. It's damn frustrating.
Well, tell me about the powder gangers.
They're a bunch of escaped cons from down south. The NCR was using them to maintain the railways as part of their sentence. I don't know who screwed up, but the powder gangers are loose. It was one group that attacked us and took our entire supply of dynamite.
Have you had problems with Deathclaws before?
We'd see them occasionally, but they didn't seem too keen on getting too close to the quarry. Not sure if it was the noise or all the workers. I can't believe that an entire pack moved into the quarry. I thought that kind of bad luck only happened in New Vegas.
And yes,
okay,
we could take care of the Deathclaw problem, but we are going to need a heck of a lot more gear and a lot better armor and a lot more levels before we can do it.
I've been there once, and I don't recommend it. It's just a way to burn through a month's pay in 5 minutes. I've seen a lot of folks come through here thinking they'll have the easy life once they get there. It never happens. If you insist on going north, don't be expecting a rescue when you get into trouble.
Anyway, there is one thing we can do here. Yes, this is Snuffles. He is a tame mole rat. What? Your leg appears to be injured. Medicine 30. So we got 30 XP just for healing the sick mole rat. But
You need something?
I fixed Snuffles' leg.
I'd noticed Snuffles limping, but I didn't realize the problem was that serious. Thanks. That beast helps keep spirits up around here.
And that has gained us fame with the NCR.
Yep.
Man, I wish I'd stayed back in California some days.
And yeah, these are nameless grunts. Yeah, there's not much else to Sloan apart from the one diner. You can try robbing the mining office, though. Or the machine shop.
Let me ask you a question. What's the tastiest thing you've ever eaten?
Why do you ask?
I've got this recipe for a Deathclaw omelet that I've been itching to try out. Trouble is, I need a Deathclaw egg. Kinda obvious, I suppose.
Where did you come up with this recipe?
My great-aunt Rose ran a bed and breakfast back in California, in a town called Modoc. She's the one who created the recipe in the first place. I don't know how she managed to get a hold of a female Deathclaw, but she kept it in a shed. Aunt Rose had a steady supply of eggs for her omelets. At least, she did until some stranger came along and killed the Deathclaw. Shot it right in the eye.
Yes, this would be a reference to Fallout 2, and at least in my playthrough, the stranger who shot the Deathclaw was, you know, the chosen one.
The quarry just north of here is full of Deathclaws, so there's bound to be an egg or two in there somewhere. Of course, a Deathclaw egg from anywhere will do. According to my Aunt Rose, those things have a ridiculously long shelf life. I don't have much in the way of money, but I'd be willing to share the secret of the recipe.
Yeah, given that that omelet could heal all your wounds, that's not a bad thing.
All right. Do you need anything to eat or drink? Sure thing.
Yeah, and one thing that I immediately miss from Fallout 4 is the fact that you can break your inventory down into categories, because having to sort through all this scrolling is just annoying. But let's just get rid of this coyote hide. And keep a hold of that fission battery. That could come in handy later. And I've already blown through what cash he has. But that'll get rid of most of my gear.
Another satisfied customer. Sure. Oh, I'm not. I'm making my way to New Vegas. They say anything goes there. And best of all, the NCR can't mess it up for you. I'll get there eventually. I've heard that you can't even get into the Strip unless you're rich. Born and raised, things back in California are better than they've ever been, according to my grandpa. The raiders are mostly gone now, and it's easy enough to get a job at one of the mills or farms. But now there's taxes and laws and other things. The NCR keeps things safe and orderly, but it's all very boring. So, I came out east, towards the frontier. All right. All right, then.
And yeah, we can get a Deathclaw egg later, but we're not really going to do that because, well, it's almost comical how ludicrous it is trying to get past this road. Because it doesn't matter how deep you go into the woods, or, well, not the woods, but the rocks, where you try and sneak around, which pathway you try and take, there will be a Deathclaw trying to find you. And actually, that is not the way to the Deathclaws. That leads to an entirely different problem that we will deal with eventually. But if you go up the main road, you'll practically have a conga line of Deathclaws trying to get you. And you see we got a satellite dish. We already got a caution warning. And I was not expecting to be able to get here, but...
This is a dangerous place, human, especially for your kind. I suggest you turn back. There's nothing good waiting for you further on.
You seem friendly for a mutant.
Keep saying things like that and I won't be so friendly. Not every super mutant is a brain-damaged brute. Many of us are just as intelligent as basic humans, and the rest don't really have any choice in the matter, do they?
Sorry about that, no offense intended.
And none taken, since you apologized.
What makes this a dangerous place?
You must have heard her radio broadcast. Though why a human would follow her invitation here is beyond me, unless you didn't listen very closely. The voice on the radio belongs to Tabitha, the supreme commander of Black Mountain, or as she calls it, the state of Utopia. She took control of this place almost 2 years ago. The super mutants here do whatever she says, and she says humans are to be killed on sight.
And I can potentially ask for a speech about, hey, let's take her on together, but my speech isn't that high enough. Had Tabitha end up in control.
For years, Black Mountain was a peaceful community. Its leader, Marcus, broadcast an invitation to mutants throughout the wasteland. That's how I found Black Mountain. So did others, most of them second-generation mutants. Marcus welcomed everyone. That was his mistake. The community ended up being mostly second-gen. Not very bright, but easy to influence. Fine until the Nightkin came along, led by Tabitha. In a week, she had most of the second-gens thinking she was some kind of prophet, and that she should be broadcasting her truth, not Marcus. Marcus saw what was coming and decided to leave before things got out of hand. He smashed the radio and left to found Jacobstown.
And you'll note that Marcus was the mutant sheriff who we could recruit for our party back in Fallout 2.
Marcus sent me here a couple of months ago to check on Black Mountain. I suppose you could say I came here as a spy. But with no signs of Tabitha's weakening and none of the second gens ready to revolt or to come to Jacobstown, there wasn't much I could do. Down here, on the other hand, I've saved a dozen mutants from heading up the mountain. It's not much, but it's something. I have my own reasons to stay away from Jacobstown for a while. Reasons we won't be discussing. So I've stayed here.
What's Jacobstown?
The opposite of Black Mountain. A stable community of mutants, mostly, led by a mentally stable leader. Humans are welcome there, so long as they behave themselves. Look northwest of Red Rock Canyon if you want to find it.
Tell me about the Nightkin.
The Nightkin are vicious in combat, and that's if you see them coming. Most don't. They were created to be soldiers and given devices to camouflage them in battle. Unfortunately, the devices drove most of them mad over time. They spend most of their time at the top of the mountain, but patrol the roads after dark as well. You do well to avoid the mountain at night.
And yes, we can hear Tabitha's broadcast there in the background.
Goodbye.
Alright, well, higher speech skill, we can talk him into helping us try and take the fight to Tabitha. So, yeah. We try and keep going this way, we'll probably run into a bunch of Nightkin. And we're already heading more east than south. Because we really want to be heading... Well, that's the weird part. Because, yeah, we're getting a caution warning. Something is close. I don't know if it's a Nightkin or a Deathclaw. I'm betting Deathclaw just over the rise. Because, yeah, there's the pathway up to Tabitha. And yep, something is growling. And yep, there's a Deathclaw running around there, having spotted us. Now we're back in danger. Because, yeah, there's another Deathclaw down there. Okay, well, we do have caution again. And we're back to danger. But it looks all clear this way. But yeah, best view of Vegas so far. In fact, we'll screenshot that bad boy. And yep, there's two of them. Now here's the crazy part. I remember once managing to get to close enough to Black Mountain, taking the back roads. NCR Ranger Safe House. Oh, the irony. But yeah, I once was able to climb up the mountain the back way and get close enough to Black Mountain. I was able to escape. The pathway completely. I don't think that's going to happen here, but aha! It was close, but it's stuck on the rocks. Now, I'll bet if I go down there, there's going to be one and it'll be easy prey. Yep. Yep. Told ya. Well, we did far better than I expected, but as you can see, it is a bit of a fool's errand trying to head up this road and expecting to get past, and even if you try and sneak your way past, Deathclaws are going to find you. And if you just head right up the main road, like this, yes, Snuffles, take it! And on top of everything else, it's a young Deathclaw. I'm trying to get a shot at the underbelly. Okay, so I managed to kill a young Deathclaw, which gets me nothing. And I got Snuffles and the quarry workers killed, which I will be surprised if that does not get them yelling at me. So we'll go ahead and restore back to this game, and next time, because I realized it ran a bit longer than I intended, next time we'll get back to the business of defending Primm, or Goodsprings. See you then.